Welcome to Dinger Diary. I'm JP, your host for this excellent and extraordinary episode number 11. Today I'm going to discuss the stages of development for your kid. Each stage has a different requirement, and if you want your kid to move on to the next level, there are skills they are going to need to learn in each stage. So sit back, relax, and let's get into it. Here's a fact you probably are not aware of. The best 10-year-old probably is not going to be the best 12-year-old. The best 12-year-old won't be the best 14-year-old. And the best player on your high school team might be the kid who ate dirt in the outfield on your t-ball team. Each player develops and peaks on their own schedule. The game of baseball gets harder and harder every year. Pitching gets better, and the baseball becomes harder to hit, in effect chewing up and spitting out kids at a high rate. Some players will stay up with the pace, while others will fall behind. If your kid wants to continue playing this game at their current level, then enjoy this time you have with them now, because it is not going to last too much longer. If they want to develop into an elite baseball player ready to move to the next chapter, there are certain stages of development that each of them must be willing to accept. The stages of development that I'm going to discuss today are as follows. Development from travel ball to high school, and then the development it takes from high school to college. I'm not even going to talk about anything beyond that level. This may be a conversation we save for another day. Each stage requires developing different skill sets at different times, and much of it has little to do with the physical aspects of the game. From travel ball to high school are just the basics. Just get better at hitting, fielding, and base running. If you can learn more about the game, you're way ahead of most. Usually, the kids with the most athleticism will advance by doing almost nothing at all at this stage. If that's not you, then you need to work extra hard in the physical aspects of the game to stay up with your teammates. One thing all parents need to understand at this level, kids ages 8 to 13, there will never be a college scout at any of your games watching your kid to make a scholarship offer. You do not need to be training like you are preparing for a college showcase. That time will come if that's what your kid wants. At this level, it's time to do the following. Learn to play multiple positions. I get it. All kids and their parents want to be a shortstop. Every kid on the travel baseball team wants to be a shortstop, except maybe the lefties. There can only be one shortstop per inning. Do yourself a favor and learn as many other positions as possible. Catchers and pitchers are coveted at every level. Unfortunately, most kids think the outfield is purgatory, a place your baseball career goes to die. This week, Aaron Judge signed one of the most lucrative contracts in Major League Baseball history. The three highest paid position players in the MLB are Mike Trout, Mookie Betts, and Aaron Judge. All three outfielders. Do not knock it. Right now, you also need to learn and accept this is a game of failure and prepare your mental game for this fact. Judge struck out almost 200 times this past season and succeeded at his job at the plate less than 32% of the time. Succeeding only 32% of the time in your job would probably get you fired. However, Judge was rewarded with almost $400 million. Failing is part of the game, and learning how to act when you are failing is going to be key at all of the next levels. At this young age, it is important to monitor pitch counts. If you and your kid plan on progressing in this game, you will not do it with a bad arm that has been overused. Most coaches at this level are not professionals, even though they're paid. They probably have never sat down with a pediatric orthopedist and asked their professional opinion about pitch counts. Winning may be all that matters to a coach at this level, at the cost of your kid's arm. Do not be afraid to give your input on how much your kid pitches. From high school to college is going to require more effort. The first thing I suggest, if you want to play at the next level, is to get the best grades in high school possible. The highest GPA and test scores are imperative if you want to play baseball in college. A college coach cannot and will not offer you an opportunity to play at his school if your grades don't meet the minimum requirements. And usually the minimum is still not good enough. The first question a college coach is going to ask you is, how are your grades? Be sure you have the right answer. Do not only work on your school IQ, but it is important to develop your baseball IQ. This will happen naturally back in travel ball, but now's the time to study the game. Watch it on TV, research situations on YouTube, ask questions. Become the player your teammates come to when they have questions about the game. The next question a college coach is going to ask is if you are a good teammate. Learn to be a leader. Learn to pick your teammates up. Be the best teammate possible. College coaches are also going to ask about your parents. There is nothing you can do to control their behavior, so we're not even going to talk about this today. Keep in mind, someone is always watching you at this level. Pretend there is a camera focused on you at all times. Be the player everyone is talking about before the first pitch is thrown. The next thing I suggest is to start building your body. Learn to love the gym. With more power comes more opportunities. Go on the internet today and look up Max Clark, a high school senior from Indiana, one of the top prospects in this year's upcoming draft. See what working in the gym has done to his body. He will tell you he started getting noticed only when he started building his body the right way. Max also plays football, which takes us to my next suggestion. If you talk to college coaches, they love athletes. Playing multiple sports builds athleticism. Many colleges won't even look at a kid if they play only baseball year-round. They can't take the chance that your arm is on its last legs from playing baseball all year, every year, since you were 8 years old. Go play something else, even if you suck. Many college scouts today are projecting players. When a scout projects a player, they give them a numerical rating at their current level. And based on various factors, they estimate what they believe this number will increase to within a specified time period. You're a 7 today, but by your sophomore year in college, we think you'll be a 10. So you will project to a 10. If a scout or coach doesn't see you projecting beyond where you are now, they will say you have reached your ceiling. The ceiling is the best place you will ever be. If they see you as the best you'll ever be in high school, there is almost no chance you'll play in college. Some kids reach their ceiling at age 12, and some not until their late 20s. All of you have a ceiling. When will you hit yours? Obviously, there are many other skills and traits you can develop in this game. Everyone loves to work on the ones tied directly to physical aspects of the game. Hitting, fielding, throwing, running, and that's a must. But there's so much more if you want to progress to the next level. Don't only be the best player on your team. Be the strongest, smartest, most athletic, best teammate possible, and we will all see you at the next level. Be sure to hit the subscribe button on YouTube and the follow button on Instagram. Tell your grandma, your grandpa, your friends, your family about us. And I'll see you next time on Digger Diary.